Cancer Moon. How are you? Cancer Moon, thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate y'all's time and y'all's energy and y'all's love. Like, thank you guys so much. Cancer Moon, this will be your first official reading for 2020. So welcome to January 2020, and it is a moon sign reading. All right. So this will be for my Cancer Moons out there. This may resonate to Cancer suns or risings, or if anyone has Cancer anywhere in their natal chart, this could resonate to you. But the intention is set for Cancer moons, okay? The moon does kind of govern how we feel emotionally about certain aspects and things. Also, the moon talks about things that may need to be revealed to us, things that are kind of hidden to us. It's also about your intuition, okay? So I just want to take a look at those aspects of things coming your way in spite of what's actually happening to you on the sun sign level, all right? Of course, if the messages don't resonate to you, then just keep in mind that everything is general here, all right? If the messages do resonate to you, perfect. Go ahead and leave a comment. You know, I really like y'all's comments. Y'all always let me know the real about everything in there, so thank you guys so much for that, all right? So, Spirit, thank you so much for allowing us to see and interpret and understand your messages that we have for Cancer Moon for January 2020. I'm really actually excited to see what actually comes out here for you guys, because we actually do have a full moon in Cancer on January the 10th, okay? So this is going to be directly affected by that time frame for you, Cancer Moon, all right? So understand that even if it's something bad or even if it's something good, you know, those things can be very intensified, all right? Because this is definitely your moon, all right? There may be some things at the home level that I feel like things you may have to take care of. But let's go ahead and see. All right, this is the last shuffle here, Spirit. All right, so we have card number 44, Solar Eclipse Revolution. That is so funny to me because I'm sitting here talking about the Cancer Moon reading that I'm doing actually occurring during the Cancer full moon, and what actually pops out is a solar eclipse. So we have this moon that's directly in front of the sun, okay? So listen, I really feel like right now, Cancer Moon, a lot of you, as you navigate over the threshold from December to January, crossing into 2020, I really feel like you guys being on the precipice of something, okay? I really feel like for some of you, it's where you may be kind of caught in the middle of something emotionally. Like you can understand the light side as well as you can understand the dark side of things. So it's kind of like I feel where you're kind of straddling the fence a little bit, all right? But it's only because you're really about to move, like you've already crossed over the sun. So now you've been enlightened. So now you see the truth because you're directly face to face with the sun. But as you begin to pass the sun in the other direction on the other side, it's like now you can see that other side. And I really feel like you'll begin to be more on a concrete side of something as far as how you feel about it, all right? Honestly, this could be directly related to the fact that we are legit about to cross from 2019 into 2020, and you know, you're not really sure what's on the other side of you, what's on the other side of 2020 for you. You may not be sure, but for others of you, this is like, all right, you know what? At that moment, like when the clock strikes 12, it's like, oh, I see everything now, and it's just like, okay, there's just a moment of pause because you now have to be able to choose what side of the fight you're going to be on. It's what I'm really feeling like. And I mean that in a spiritual level, but also it could be more so on a just on an emotional level, okay? So let's go ahead and pull some signs from Spirit and take a look at what you may, you know, need to really pay attention to, what Spirit is trying to get you to pay attention to. You know, as we cross this threshold into 2020, as well as we're, you know, getting through the month of actual January. I say the word actual a lot. I feel like it makes me sound smarter, but I'm just playing with myself. Anyways, so let's take a look and see what these signs are saying. what Spirit wants you to understand and what Spirit wants you to recognize. Because, yeah, you're having to pick a side right now. Emotionally, you're kind of maybe a little bit distraught because it's like you can see everything, but blinded by it at the same time. And you need to know, again, what side of the fight. What side of history do you even want to be on for some of you? If it's, that deep. All right. Spirit is telling me one more shuffle, so let me go ahead and make sure I do that. All right. First card we have is Web, Cosmic Plan. This card has come up for a second time. If any of you have Pisces in your chart, check out the Pisces reading as well, because they also had that card, but it came out on this side, and y'all know I shuffled these cards down, but Cosmic Plan, and I feel like that's not coming out by mistake. It's coming out because Spirit is trying to understand, like, listen, this was always inevitably going to happen. This particular outcome was always going to happen. It was just a matter of, look, like that big drop, like this is how I can relate to it, right? So like this big drop is always going to fall down to the center of the web, right? But look at how many directions it could take to get there. Look how many other things it could collect on the way down to grow, before that happens. So things have lined up the way they've lined up to get you to this point. And it's only explainable by the fact that, yeah, this was going to always happen. You just didn't know how it was going to happen. All right? So you've come into a certain realization now. And it's like you actually had to kind of confront the truth a little bit. Maybe there were certain things that you didn't know. You actually had to really confront the truth in order to be able to understand now what side of things you want to be on. But understand that whatever side you choose, you were always going to choose that side. It was just, there was a realization that you needed to come to first. The next card that we have here is the color black. Lack, rebellion, pessimism. Wow. Really what I'm feeling with this energy, Cancer Moon, with the color black? It says the words lack, rebellion, and pessimism, okay? But honestly, just what I really feel is, I feels like there's a, how can I say it? There's a certain undertone, like a black mark that you don't, like you're trying to come out of this situation with clean hands. I don't know if you'll be actually able to do that, Cancer Moon. Not all the way, okay? But really, you're not intended to, because, like I said, whatever you've gone through, it's to learn a particular lesson. It's to choose what side of the fight you want to be on, all right? But I do feel like, yes, there could be possibly a rebellion against, like, if you were defending something so heavily, and then now that you're confronted with the truth, it's like, oh, let me go ahead and make sure I get on the right side of things here, because this isn't right. Something isn't right. You've identified that there's something that's not right. You've identified a dark spot. Now it's time for you to choose sides and fight on what side of, the revolution here. All right? Now, listen, I'm speaking very, for some of you, it may be very cryptic. For some of you, I'm just reading the words off the cards. Well, goddamn it, however this fits to your life, it doesn't have to be exactly what I'm talking about, okay? I'm just trying not to be too specific here, because I know that I'm dealing with everyone. All right, so let's go ahead and pull some tarot for you, Cancer Moon. Ooh, I see some of you, if you're parents, okay, if some of you have children, and your children are like kind of coming of age and getting to the point to where like they're getting to be grown, or um, of age where they're actually legal and they can, make their own choices and stuff like that. Like this is almost where it's you may be experiencing a little bit of things that you did in your past, right? Of course, as you were coming up. So you're seeing the other side of it. You're seeing the side of it as a parent versus as a child. Okay. I see also people, some of you may be moving from a very dark place in your life and more aligning yourself to whatever spirit really wants you to be a part of in your own cosmic plan here. Okay. You just kind of have to make an eclipse of yourself with the truth. And then once you do that, then you're able to move more. It's like I see you moving this way. So there may be a certain part of the past that you need to really confront before you can actually experience forward movement in 2020. But let's go ahead and pull some tarot. And here it is. All right, so the first card here for the central energy is the Seven of Cups. So things looking a little cloudy there. You're not sure how you feel about so many things that's going on, right? And yes, of course you don't, because like I said, in the right now, you're at the moment where you're about to, like I said, eclipse with the sun. So you're being confronted full, straightforward, full face on with the complete truth, enlightenment. Okay? And it's like now that you know these things, it's just like, whoa, it's kind of playing with it's kind of like a culture shock is what I feel. Almost like an area of confusion, but not disorienting, but just more so, like I said, a culture shock. You don't know exactly how you really feel so much now about certain situations in life. Okay. And that's okay. All of us deal with that. All right. Two of Cups, and then the moon. Wow. And then the moon shows up in the reading for your Cancer full moon sign. Wow, that's so crazy. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like secrets may be about a particular relationship. You're being confronted with it now. You're not going to listen. You're not going to move into 2020 without some sort of confrontation about a black spot on the relationship. Um, it's just not going to happen. Okay. Um, the moon here, secrets within the relationship, possibly just even not even if it was secrets, but just things that just were just subconsciously maybe not even told or understood. Those things again, as you begin to eclipse the sun, you're being confronted with those things full force, and it's a little blinding, but understand it's a part of a particular plan. Again, I told you, I feel like you're just moving that way. Okay, listen, before I flip this next card over, I do want to say that this feels like, honestly, this could be about a relationship in the past as well. It doesn't have to be a relationship that you're dealing with right now. It could be about a relationship that you've already moved on from, but at the same time, emotionally, you really haven't fully moved on from it yet because there's just still a little bit of confusion there. One second. Ooh, excuse me. Your boy got thirsty. Okay. All right. So next card, Page of Pentacles. Hey, look at that. A turning point. Honestly, what I feel is like as you eclipse that sun and you begin to, um, recognize things that are actually really in front of you, and as you really move forward into what spirit is trying to get you to understand for whatever reason spirit wants you to understand it. I really feel like as you move forward, you kind of take a piece of the sun with you in a way. Like spirit has to put you in front of this Spirit actually has to get you to be confronted with the truth so that you can bring a piece of that truth with you, right? As you begin to make your way back to on the other side of that sun, because, you know, once you cross into the light and into the knowing, you just can't unknow things. You know what I mean? So this is you. I really feel like you taking a piece of an experience with you, a piece of knowledge, a piece of your own piece of sun in your hand. You know, you may not know exactly what to do, but at least now you can see things aren't as dark for you. Okay, you're not just in the, you know. Oh, this is funny because I just realized this. There's even an eclipse on this card. That's so crazy. So again, that lets me know that the truth is always going to be revealed. All right. So the oh, Knight of Swords. All right. And there's that fight. Now you know what side of the fight you want to be on. Now you know, you know, your place here in the war. And I say the war, I don't mean a literal war. I just mean more so of, you know, the life that you have to fight every day. You know, you're beginning to know your place in it. You know your own truth in it, and you're beginning to wield the truth, as opposed to being confused and being blinded by either what someone else has said or told you or made themselves to be. All right, let's take a look at the card under the deck. Card under the deck, look, the Page of Wands now. Yes. So this is you now operating in a brand new experience. And this is also, oh wow, and the next card under that was actually the Ace of Wands. Ooh, and then we have the Ace of Pentacles. Oh wow. Sorry, I honestly didn't want to pull all of these cards, but I just can't not give y'all good news if I see it. So what I'm feeling here, okay, so now you look, okay, listen. You brought a little bit of that sun, you brought a little bit of that truth with you. Now you know what side you need to act on. Now you know the truth about the actions that you take going forward, and about the way you do things. And now you're thinking, you know, and you also, you want to communicate the truth as well, okay? And you've reached it, and all of this has really begun to happen. All of this has really begun to happen is because what I feel like is with this Ace of Wands and this Ace of Pentacles, Spirit has already given you like a fresh new start, a new experience to ponder about. And that's what you're doing there. You're pondering about this new experience that really Spirit has already given to you and blessed you with. I feel like you were carrying parts of the sun with you as you were eclipsing, because it was like, wait a minute. It's like there had to be a reason. I knew there had to be a reason as to why you, it's like you're confronting yourself with the truth. You're passing through the sun on your own, not just Spirit is passing you over. Spirit is saying, listen, I want to give you this. I'm going to give you this little bit of truth so that you can actually seek out the rest of it. Cancer moon, child. Look, y'all got me. All right, let's go ahead and pull some more information here. I'm going to use my Chakra Oracle deck that's going to allow us to see how we can navigate through this energy, what Spirit would like us to concentrate on within ourselves. Of course, not just our emotions, but just on our full selves. Hopefully it can help us navigate through this energy a lot clearly, because there's a lot of things getting ready to be exposed, Cancer Moon, and it's all in your favor, okay? It's all in your favor. And it's all for the overall experience, to get ready for you, to get ready for like this brand new experience that you're about to have. Like Spirit has already shown you what that brand new experience is, but at the same time Spirit is saying, all right, listen, there's some things that you got to understand. There's some things that you got to know first that you don't know yet. That may have been deliberately, you know, someone may have deliberately have been trying to conceal information from you so that you wouldn't understand, so that you wouldn't know, so that you wouldn't grow. But going into 2020, or maybe at some point in January of 2020, I really feel like, you know, that truth, you're going to end up confronting that particular truth. And I feel like you take a lot of your power back. And I feel like you're able to move on from a situation that just needed to be moved on from. That probably should have never been in the first place. But anyways, all right. Let's take a look and see what Spirit would like us to work on within ourselves. So the first card that we have here is the base chakra, card number 1. So basically, Spirit is wanting us to, oh, you know what? And again, this is representative of the sun as well, that one energy. So I'm seeing the sun all in all of this. So Spirit really wants us to really just see the truth of everything, and also not just the truth of everything else, but see the truth within ourselves. That way you can operate more authentically within the situation. Okay, because that's what is being called for here. All right, the next card here is card number 24. Love, kindness, benevolence, sharing, receiving. Yes. What I also feel here is Spirit is saying, listen, it's okay to be upset. It's okay to feel petty, but you know, just make sure that you're not doing anything that's going to put any bad karma out of you. Anything that you do in reaction to the truths that are about to be exposed and uncovered to you, just make sure that the things that you do outside of that are just really going to reflect more love back to the situation. Okay, still just make sure you kill people with kindness. You know, even, you know, share a little bit of piece of the pie, even with your enemy or even with someone who did you wrong a little bit. You know, you don't have to put yourself in a position where you're going to be manipulated by them again. But at the same time, you know, this is saying, like, you know what? It's like, I don't have to have any bad blood with you, because now you know the truth and you knew both sides of it. So you can maybe understand the reasons why they did what they did, if, you know, not playing devil's advocate here, but, you know, sometimes you can understand maybe the reasons why they did what they did or reacted the way they reacted, right? But just understand, you're out of that experience now. You're operating in the truth. And for the rest of 2020, maybe even for the rest of 2020, or at least for January, everything that you go through, everything that you do, I feel like is going to be more in tune with the truth, or the what's actually at face value. Okay, because now this is so funny that the sun and moon is all in your reading, Cancer. And then your full moon is on January 10th. So maybe January 10th for you, and maybe that turning point. Okay, January 10th for you may be that point where everything kind of comes to a head, where you're actually confronted with these truths. All right, but you need it to be. You needed to be confronted with these truths, or you needed to confront someone else about the truth, because Spirit wasn't going to let you walk through the rest of 2020 or the rest of January in confusion, because Spirit has some things that they need. Spirit has things that it needs you to make decisions about. Good things. All right. So Cancer Moon, I guess that's it. Let me know how this works out in the comment box below. Of course, you guys already know how much I really appreciate all of your energy and time. You know what? I think for Cancer, I think I'm going to give you guys a bonus, because it is your full moon this month after all. Let's go ahead and roll some dice. All right, so we have the zodiac sign of, I believe that's Aries. We have Aries, number 5, and then we have the symbol of Saturn. So yes, karmically, on a karmic level, Spirit is saying, I need some things to change. On a karmic level, Spirit is saying, things are getting ready to change for you, and it's time for things to change for you. It's time for you to start receiving good karma, all right? And it's very much on a level with this Taurus. It could be definitely dealing with finances. If there were finances that were hidden from you and you're beginning to uncover those truths, those rights are beginning, or those wrongs are beginning to be righted. Okay, but just make sure that anything that you do in reaction to everything is operating from love. Okay, and you don't have to have love for the situation or love for this person anymore, but it's really just to keep your own conscience clear. All right. So, Cancer Moon, with that being said, thank you guys so much again for your time, your energy, your love. Please comment. You know I love when y'all put everything in the comments. Like, I really do connect with it. Also, if you'd like to book a personal reading, you can. All the information about that will be in the description box below. Of course, you guys. I'll see you guys I guess later on in January. I got some more readings coming out. So, talk to you later. Bye.